Greetings, Taurus and Taurus rising. This is your Western forecast for August 2025. This month is going to be a rare planetary alignment of the four outer planets, all in harmony with each other, but especially focusing on Uranus. Uranus is the planet of freedom, rebellion, innovation, technology. And Uranus just went into Gemini last month for the first time in 84 years. Gemini is the sign of learning and ideas. And Uranus to Gemini can certainly, for the world, open up a lot of progressive new ideas, new insights, new technologies. But Uranus is in Gemini, which is the sign after Taurus. So that rebellious, revolutionary, progressive Uranus being so supported by these other outer planets, Uranus is in your second house of income. Taurus loves financial security because Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac if you start with Aries. And Taurus is the second sign, and that's why Taurus is also associated with materialism, because that's the second house represents your income, your possessions. It could even start to really have some real breakthrough insights to help really awaken more self-worth, more self-esteem. So, Taurus, this is a major month where you're starting a huge new cycle of all new ways of making money. It could be with technology, could be in the fields of communications. But before I break that a little further down and get to how does the Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, what's its involvement for this awakening, new insights, new ways of making money, let's start with where's the sun? Now, in all the past monthly videos, I always start with where the sun. But this was such an important event happening that's kind of jump-starting a whole new cycle for so many people. I wanted to just start with that Uranus. And for you, in your second house of income, you're going to be feeling really optimistic about exciting all new ways of generating income. But first, the sun is in Leo for the first 3 weeks, every August. Where the sun shines is where a lot of your priority and your attention is being drawn to. Leo is 4 signs past Taurus. The fourth sector deals with home and family and property. Mercury is that planet of information, communication. What are you planning? What are you thinking? Mercury is retrograde. It went into Leo, into your fourth house of family matters, real estate matters, June the 26th. Went retrograde July the 17th till August the 10th. The retrograde is a time of rethinking, reevaluating, having to maybe step back. When the Mercury goes direct, August the 10th, then you got maybe more focus, more clarity on matters and decisions about family matters, about real estate matters. Maybe for some of you, all this breakthrough energies for new ways of making money could come through real estate or anything that could be dealing with the land or even like agriculture. That could be, or any kind of domestic kind of services and products. Now, Venus is the planet associated with Taurus. Venus is the planet of love and harmony and beauty and creativity. This is Venus being a planet of love is also why Taurus, an earth sign, being ruled by Venus, can be very sensual. Venus is in Cancer, July the 30th till August the 25th. Venus is usually in Cancer once every 12 months, unless there's a retrograde period. So it could drag out longer. But Venus, your ruling planet, Venus, that planet of cooperation and desire, enjoyment, is in Cancer in your third house of learning, of traveling. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer that I've been talking about because it went in, it's a 12-year cycle. It went into Cancer back in June 2025 through June 2026. So this exalted Jupiter brings so much more abundance and prosperity and opportunities being enhanced with Venus, your ruling planet. That Venus-Jupiter, it could be doing a lot of indulging, maybe spending too much money, especially maybe with the arts. But the Venus and Jupiter in Cancer, very sociable, is in the third sector. Now, the third can represent your neighborhood, your next door neighbors, or your siblings. So you might be, enjoying their company more, being invited to the next door neighbors more, or you're having a neighborhood party. If there's been any kind of distance in a sibling, that Venus-Jupiter can bring you together more harmoniously. But the third house has a lot to do with learning, writing, speaking, communications. So that Venus-Jupiter, there can be a strong desire, enjoyment for learning, and maybe learning about real estate matters with new ways of making money. Before I go on, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. Now, Mars is that ego-oriented warrior planet. It's ambitious, it's driven. Mars is a 2-year cycle, and Mars is going into Libra August the 6th through September the 21st. So about 6 weeks, once every 2 years. But the Mars, being in Libra, is 6 signs past Taurus. The 6th house has to do with your day-to-day work routine, your work skills, but it's also about the job of taking care of your body. So Mars, you could start being more motivated to strengthening and exercising the body. But the 6th house has a lot to do with your day-to-day work routine. Now, Mars likes to be the leader or left alone and be independent. And with this whole new awakening, starting these new ideas of how to have new ways of making money, that Mars could be really manifesting some real strong ambitions and desires for starting your own business. Now, it could also be needing to learn new job skills. In that Venus-Jupiter, you could be in the third of learning, could be really enjoying it. Now, Pluto is in Aquarius from last year for the next 20 years. Pluto is this overhauling, empowering, but in Aquarius is in your 10th house of careers. The Saturn and Neptune brings in all this. Neptune is this visionary. Saturn is bringing it into a reality. You could be it's in the 12th house sector. Very good for spiritual practices. But with all this big new career directions and new ways of making money, then you could be having the Saturn-Neptune is really envisioning these lofty new goals that it's time that you need to start really developing it and building it. So as the the Pluto in Aquarius is going to be an air sign, excellent with the Uranus in Gemini, an air sign. So Pluto, transformational and powerful Pluto from the 10th house of careers, is going to be in the best flow of energies to liberating progressive Uranus in the 2nd house of income. And the Saturn and Neptune are coming from the 12th house of doing a lot of development and building and studying. So this is an amazing beginning turning point. It could be with a family business. You might have some ideas with that, or the real estate business. But the Sun, as it leaves Leo, August the 22nd, it goes into Virgo, an earth sign, compatible with Taurus, an earth sign. And the Sun goes into Virgo August the 22nd to about September the 22nd, as it does every year. But Virgo is 5 signs past Taurus and in harmony. So the Sun is keeping you really disciplined and grounded with 5th house matters. The 5th house can be very creative energies, but also it's good for children and romance. But I think it's more putting more insight, awakening more insight with new creative projects or creating a new business. But Taurus rising, this is a huge turning point for you, for the very beginning of these revolutionary breakthroughs with monies. Now, Uranus in the 2nd house, Uranus is very unpredictable. There could be, sudden ups, sudden downs, but everything is so supportive. For most of you, there's a great deal of planetary support for you to learn new ways of making money, generally for technology, communications, or psychologically a strong, so it doesn't have to be technology, it certainly needs to be freedom. So you, Taurus rising, if you're not exploding financially in the fields of communications and marketing and technology, you want your own business. You want to do your own thing. And it's only the seeds of the development are planting now. It could take a while because Taurus likes things to go slow and steady. But yes, you're in a big career financial turning point. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.